Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the rural Victorian town of Ballarat and we're at the Ballarat Old Cemetery. And Ballarat, for those of you who don't know, was a gold mining town back in the mid to late 1800s, and this is one of the pioneer cemeteries around the Ballarat area, probably the biggest, and there are a lot of gold miners buried here. There is a Chinese section, as well as people who were involved in the Eureka Stockade. And for those of you who are not aware of what the Eureka Stockade was about, I'll put a link down below so you can have a read and see what it was all about. So today we're just going to go for a walk through the cemetery, see who we can find, see if we can find somebody of note, or maybe we'll just find the average Joe Blow. But come along for the ride, let's see who we can find. Our first one today, in loving memory of James Murphy. Died 13th December 1897, aged 71 years. And Mary Murphy died 13th of December 1914, aged 81 years. And as we look around the cemetery here, there are some very old monuments. There are also some rather ornate and beautiful ones as well. And if we just have a look at this one, just need to be careful where I walk. There's a lot of divots in the ground. I assume is from rabbits. And here we have the Reverend Father Richard Ellis, died in 1888, aged 49 years, quite young. Assistant priest at Ballarat and Port Fairy. First parish priest of Gordon, which is a little suburb of Ballarat. Quite a beautiful one here. There's our Lord standing over the family grave of the Malcolm family. James Malcolm, born Dundee, Scotland. Maria Ward, born Belfast, Ireland. And that is what you're going to find quite a lot of in this cemetery, is people that immigrated from Ireland, Scotland, and as I said, the Chinese who are out here all trying to find their fortune. And here we are. This is the tomb of Thaddeus Leyden Maloney, MRCS, England. Even in the old pioneer cemeteries, we are going to come across more recent graves, such as this of April Mary Goldsmith, who passed away in 2010. And like most graves in these old pioneer cemeteries, there are a lot of graves that are in disrepair. The graves are probably of people long forgotten. Possibly no relatives left to come and care for the graves, or even though there may be ancestors still around that are not aware. And a perfect example of that was of my great-grandfather. I was not aware until recently that he was buried in a Commonwealth war grave at Coburg Pioneer Cemetery. I'll just head up this little path here. It goes a little bit hard to read this one, but we'll give it a go. Sacred to the memory of Frederick Hughes, late of Birmingham, who met with a premature death. May 1st, 1860, aged 33 years. Sacred to the memory of Henry, the beloved son of James and Mary Wood, late of Hobart Town, Tasmania, who died May 14th, 1860, aged 21 years. Also Robert Menzies, the beloved son of John and Eliza Menzies. Unfortunately, the rest of that is faded and not able to be read. Something else we will see a lot of in the cemeteries are the Commonwealth war graves, like the one I mentioned for my great-grandfather. This one is Private R.J. Rosewall, 58th Battalion, 14th of March 1943, age 53, his duty nobly done. It's quite a large family plot for the Bath family, and a rather unique headstone in loving memory of Mary Frances Farrer, eldest daughter of the late James Stedman and Anne Farrer, and niece of the late Thomas and Joanna Bath, born Buninyong, 1858, died 1931. And here we have a notable. Show you the headstone first. Just a little bit faded. Now if I don't zoom on this long enough, just pause so you can read it. I was going to go straight ahead with this. A lot of long grass there, and it's going to be 31 degrees today. Long grass, warm weather makes for snakes. So I'm trying to stay out of the long grass. I could come back to this cemetery every day for the next 6 months and I wouldn't be able to show you all of it. There is just too many. James Taylor, in loving memory of, died 1892, age 61. Also his wife Mary Montgomery died 1924, age 76, and their infant son Hugh Roger died 1892. And their grandchildren Henrietta Templeton Taylor, Nancy Snedden, who died in infancy. In loving remembrance of Elizabeth M. Taggart, dearly beloved wife of John E. M. Taggart, died 1896, age 73, and John McTaggart died the 11th of June 1905, aged 81 years. You see a lot of these headstones, some of them, such as this one for instance, has a lot of information to tell you who's interred within the grave. Then you get ones like this with very little information. And no wonder people researching their family history have a bit of a hard time of it. A good example here of graves falling into disrepair over time, or possibly a moronic act of vandalism. And here now we're coming up to a rather large plot, very large plot. And this is a monument to the Eureka Stockade. Once again, if I don't hold it here long enough, just feel free to pause the video to read it all. Now I will come around, I can actually walk in, there's a gate on the other side, so I will go around and come in and show you some of the other things that are in here. Just before we do, here's another one from Eureka Stockade. Memory of James Scobie, who met with a premature death on Eureka, October 7th, 1854, erected by his brother George. You can see the huge wrought iron fence that goes around this memorial. Fulton Boss, son of Dr. Williams, district surgeon, died 6th of May 1855, aged, it looks like, 4 months. Apologies for the shadow, but sometimes it's a little bit hard to keep it out of the video. This one's not easy to read, I'm afraid. To the memory of Private Michael Pony and Joseph Wall of the 40th Regiment, who gallantly I can't make out the next word, were killed on the same day. To the memory of Captain C.R. Littlehales, 12th Regiment, who died February 12, 1855, aged 29 years and 9 months. Also of Privates William Webb and Felix Boyle, who died from the effects of gunshot wounds received in discharge of duty on the 3rd of December 1854. Also of Private John Hall, who died December 31st, 1854. Mary Beatrice I'm afraid it's writing that's just a little bit too hard to read. Sacred to the memory of Archibald Campbell, the beloved son of Colin and Catherine Campbell of Port Augustus, Inverness Shire, Scotland. Died 1867, aged 35 years. A tribute of respect to the memory of one whose worth was appreciated while filling the important office of manager to the looks like Aldean Gold Mining Company, is erected by the shareholders in conjunction with his beloved brother Duncan Campbell. In memoriam William Henderson, First Minister of St Andrew's Kirk, Ballarat. Died 22nd July 1884, aged 57 years. I quite often see these ones in the cemeteries, the headstones with the column it's been cut off, which signifies a life cut short. You look around at all the headstones, depending on what they're made of. Some hold up extremely well over 100 years or more, and some don't. Some just fade away. Loving memory of Sarah Bell, died 10th of December 1943. Also Eliza Mary Bell, died 17th of June 1945. Also William Bell, died 28th of June 1946. Hope you can see that one alright. The sun's belting down on it a bit. Sergeant Gordon Crocker killed in action, Gallipoli. Looks like 28th of July 1915, aged 30 years. Sergeant Eustace Crocker killed in action, France, 3rd of May 1917, aged looks like 30 years. Again, you'll have to forgive the shadow. In dear memory of his elder son Arthur Herbert Kerwin Walker, Gallipoli, 3rd of May 1915, aged 20 years. I may not have got good focus on some of these. It's very sunny today and sun shining on them. It just doesn't help trying to view through the phone. So I'm doing the best I can. And look at that growing right in the middle of the cemetery, the big apple tree. You can see they're all just fallen to the ground. It's a bit of a waste. There's another example of what I was saying about not much information on a grave. Dear Mother and Father. And it has the surname at the foot of the grave. Coming into a very old section here. A lot of on grass too, so I'm getting a bit reluctant to walk into that. Erected in memory of Mary Pinkerton. Died August 1880 it looks like. And her children . Other thing with these old graves is you read the names on them, and there a lot of them are names that are just not used anymore, such as Esther, Fanny. There's another Fanny with a different spelling. Another apple tree. Loving memory of Mother, Father and Brother John Cole. Sacred to the memory of Joseph Bond, a native of London, who departed this life 10th of December 1881, aged 69 years, erected in the affectionate remembrance of a kind and loving father by his only daughter Susan. It's lovely. A good example of how some survive over time and some don't. It's one that is starting to fade, and there's one who perhaps has been redone but certainly looks in better condition. One that obviously has had the plaque put on by ancestors. Dr. Timothy Doyle, born Kilkenny Island 1825 and died in Ballarat 11th of January 1858. In memory of Timothy Doyle, a pioneer physician and surgeon, 1853 to 1858. The remains lay in an unmarked grave until its memorial was erected in 1977. There you go, not by relatives but by the Ballarat Historical Society, with funds donated by Ballarat doctors. Okay everyone, with that I'm going to leave it there. It's the end of this video. As always, thank you very much for tuning into the channel and watching. My subscribers have just clocked over 440, which I'm absolutely stoked about. I think that's fantastic. My aim now is to try and get to 500 and see how we go from there. So please, if you like the videos and you come on to watch them, please do me a favour and subscribe and hit the like button as well. Leave a comment and I'll always try and get back to you. From the Ballarat Old Cemetery, as always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.